Good evening, America. It is 5:02. It's still June 27th, and we are going to finish up Jeremiah 3. It has 25 verses, and we did 1 to 12 the other day, so we're going to finish it up using both Bibles as usual. I'm going to repeat 12 for you and then keep going from there. For those of you who are listening to this particular reading for the first time, Jeremiah 3 talks about adulterous Israel and Judah, and it talks about exhortation for backsliders to return to God. 12 is a green verse. Another thing about the book of Jeremiah, most of the chapters of Jeremiah are uppercase letterings. Actually, that's probably, yes, most of the book of Jeremiah is uppercase lettering, and you have a lot of uppercase lettering in the New Testament as well. In Matthew, Luke, and John, it's loaded with uppercase lettering verses which stress the importance of what is being said in that particular verse. So, and verse 13 to verse 25, we have an array of colors. We have orange for your faith. We have gold for prophecy. And you can depend on the prophecy of God, even though they are written in this book long ago. We have we have pink for witnessing. We have brown for Satan, and we have blue for salvation, and those will be the remaining colors in the remaining verses of this chapter. Verse 12 says, "Go and proclaim these words towards the north, and say, Return, thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord. And let me go back. Go and proclaim these words towards the north, and say, Return, thou backsliding Israel." That is all uppercase lettering. "Saith the Lord" is lowercase lettering. Of course, the Lord is always written in uppercase Lord. When you see the Lord, the word the Lord written in the Bible in the lowercase Lord, you know that person is a man being addressed. But when you see it in uppercase Lord, you know we're talking about the Lord himself. Okay? I don't know if most people know that or not. Okay. And then it says, "And I will not cause my anger to fall upon you." That is uppercase lettering. "For I am merciful." That's uppercase lettering. "Saith the Lord," lowercase lettering. "And I will not keep anger forever." That's also uppercase lettering. For the Lord, anger is only for a little while. It may be devastating, destructive, but it only lasts for a little while. The aftermath is what lasts almost forever. The memory in your brain, what it leaves, that may last forever, depending on whether that memory is a good memory or a bad memory. A good memory will be someone who has survived a horrific encounter. Okay? The memory of the encounter will last forever, but the saving grace will last longer. Okay? 13, where we're starting today, is orange for your faith, and the whole verse is uppercase lettering. "Only acknowledge thine," let me read 12 from here. "Go proclaim this message towards the north. Return, faithless Israel, declare the Lord. I will frown on you no longer, for I am merciful, declare the Lord. I will not be angry forever." 13 here. "Only acknowledge thy iniquities," acknowledge your sins, "that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord." No, we have not. We have not. Okay? For a long time. Over 150 years. It has taken us to this point where we are today. Over 150 years. Okay, so we are just as far away from God as the sun is from the earth. Based on that, those things that we do and allow to happen on this earth that does not belong to us. Okay, 13. Only acknowledge your guilt. You have rebelled against the Lord your God. You have scattered your favor to foreign gods under every spreading tree and have not obeyed me, declared the Lord. 14 is also all capital letters, and it is gold for prophecy. Turn, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married unto you. I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. Ooh, that's a blessing. Huh? Turn, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and will bring you to Zion. Okay, let's read it here, color by color. Return, faithless people, declared the Lord, for I am your husband. I will choose you, one from a town and one from a clan, and bring you to Zion. That reminds you of that book called Left Behind. Okay, 15 is pink for witnessing, still uppercase lettering. And I will give you pastors according to my heart. I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. He didn't say find your own pastors. He said, I will give you pastors according to who? His heart. But what has the nation been doing? They've been finding their own pastors. And the pastors that the nations find for themselves are the same one that molest your children, are the same one that seduce your wives or your husbands, are the same one that announces that they just got married, a male pastor, and he brings his male spouse upon the altar. This happened just last year. It was on YouTube. My elders were just fainting at the altar. Those are your pastors. The ones you choose. 15. Then I will give you shepherds after my own heart, who will lead you with knowledge and understanding. And these shepherds are mega shepherds. Mega. Bleeding the poor among the nations. Leading them astray to the slaughter. There was a cartoon character. He does it it's in Rhino's paper here in Greensboro, North Carolina. There were two lines. One line was very long. And people were in that line, they was just chatting away. There was another line. The line was very short. There must have been one person or two people in that line. Well, the short line was the line for heaven. The long line that seemed to go around the world, that was the line for hell. And everybody was chatting. Everybody was ready to go to hell. It was like that. And that's how it truly is today. I will read this again. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. All right, 15. Then I will give you shepherds after my own heart, who will lead you with knowledge and understanding. 16. All uppercase lettering, all the way down to 18. All uppercase lettering, all go for prophecy. And it shall come to pass when ye be multiplied and increase in the land, in those days, said the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord. No more do we mention those ark of the covenant. No more do we mention the commandments of God. No more do we remind people of the proper conduct of a woman or a man. No more do we consider marriage as part of our relationship. No more do we use wine in the communion. No more See how far we are from God? And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increase in the land, in those days, said the Lord, they should no more the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore. You have some churches, denominations, that don't even know what it is to have communion. How can you have a church and you don't know anything about communion? You know, the blood of the Lord, the bread that represents Him, they don't know about that. Let's read it from here, 16 to 18. In those days, when your numbers have increased greatly in the land, declared the Lord, men will no longer say the ark of the covenant of the Lord. It will never enter their minds or be remembered. It will not be missed, nor will another one be made. 17. At that time, they will call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all nations will gather in Jerusalem to honor the name of the Lord. Okay, let me read 17 here. At that time they should call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it. To the name of the Lord, to Jerusalem, neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil hearts. 18. In those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. Okay, let's start again from 16. In those days, when your numbers have increased greatly in the land, declared the Lord, men will no longer say the ark of the covenant of the Lord. It will never enter their minds or be remembered. It will not be missed, nor will another one be made. 17. At that time they will call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all nations will gather in Jerusalem to honor the name of the Lord. No longer will they follow the stubbornness of their evil hearts. 18. In those days the house of Judah will join the house of Israel, and together they will come from another land to the land I gave your forefathers as an inheritance. Okay, this is prophecy. Okay, this has yet to come to pass. All right, 19 is pink for witnessing, still all uppercase lettering. But I say, how shall I put thee among the children, and give thee a pleasant land, a godly heritage of the hosts of the nations? And I say, thou shalt call me my father, and thou shalt not turn away from me. 19. I myself say, how gladly would I treat you like sons, and give you a desirable land, the most beautiful inheritance of any nation. I thought you would call me father, and not turn away from following me. 22 is brown for Satan, all uppercase lettering. Surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband, so have ye dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, said the Lord. And we have dealt treacherously with God. And treacherously, He is dealing with us daily. Treacherously, daily. And what do the nations do? They gather together in great numbers. They hold signs. What do the signs say? We love science. The crowd is larger than the crowd Martin Luther King gathered in Washington. Everybody has a sign that says, we love science. But like a woman ain't unfaithful to her husband, so you have been unfaithful to me, O house of Israel, declares the Lord. 21 and 22. Oh, we got some small letters in 21. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplication of children of Israel, for they had perverted their way, and they had forgotten the Lord their God. all lowercase lettering. 21 has some uppercase lettering in it. Return ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backsliding. That's a promise. I will heal your backsliding. Behold, this is lowercase. We came unto thee, for thou art the Lord our God. All right, so let's do 21, 22 from here. A cry is heard on the barren heights, the weeping and pleading of the people of Israel, because they have perverted their ways and have forgotten the Lord their God. 22. Return, faithless people. I will cure you of your backsliding. Yes, we will come to you, for you are the Lord our God. All right, 23. It's that one blue verse we had in the entire 25 verses. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. Amen. 23. Surely the idolatrous commotions on the hills and the mountains is deceptive. Surely in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. Amen. 24 is brown for Satan. All lowercase lettering. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth. Yes. Their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. Yes. 24. From our youth, shameful gods have consumed the fruits of our fathers' labor. Their flocks and herds, and their sons and daughters. From our youth, shameful gods have consumed the fruits of our fathers' labor. Their flocks and herds, their sons and daughters. I like the way it sounds here. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. And it has. Our daughters don't want to be daughters anymore. They want to be sons. And vice versa. 25. It's the last verse. It's all orange for your faith. And there is no uppercase lettering. And it says, we lie down in our shame, and our confusion covereth us. For we have sinned against the Lord our God, we and our fathers from our youth, even unto this day, and have not obeyed the voice of our Lord our God. That is a true statement indeed. 25. Let us lie down in our shame, and let our disgrace cover us. We have sinned against the Lord our God, both we and our fathers, from our youth till this day. We have not obeyed the Lord our God. Thank you very much for listening to us here at Spiritual Water. My name is Brenda Guerrero, and as always, may the peace of God be upon you. May the protection of God surround you, and may the will of God come from you. Until the next time, enjoy the rest of your evening, and don't forget to learn to fear your God, because He is worthy to be feared. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.